What is going on, YouTube? Joe here with Color Nation Media, and welcome back for another live Pokemon X and Y Wi-Fi battle against a subscriber/follower on Twitter. Today we're having a mixed tier match against Boris, and I know I've really been into the mixed tier battles lately. I don't know if that's going to change, but I like it because you get a little bit of everything, and we're actually going to be winding down on the X and Y Wi-Fi battles. There's only a handful left. I'm just recording a bunch today and tomorrow. And that'll probably get us through the weekend, maybe in the early part of next week, depending on how many I actually record. The worst thing's worse, you know, you just have some extra X and Y Wi-Fi battles while the Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire playthrough is getting started, and it's just some extra content. I figured you guys wouldn't mind too much about that. So mixed tier match, that's always good. A friendly reminder, as I say at the beginning of every episode, or every battle, I guess it's not an episode, but if you guys would like to show your support to the channel, the series, and all that fun stuff, which you guys really do a lot of, and I appreciate when you guys do that, you can show your support either by clicking that thumbs up button right below this video, or leaving your thoughts in the comment section below. I do take suggestions. I try to include at least one suggested Pokemon on each team. This time around, there's a couple of them. Nadia the Salamence, I've been bringing her in a lot of battles and she just hasn't gotten a lot of use, so I'm going to bring her again because you guys, a couple of you had suggested that. And then we have Umbreon as well. It's a specially defensive set. I believe it has Heal Bell, Protect, Wish, and Foul Play. Nadia the Salamence, you guys have seen that a lot, physically defensive. Then we have Choice Scarf Darmanitan, we have Ferroseed, which is going to be physically defensive with Eviolite, also is our Spikes user. Then we have Life Orb Electabuzz and Eviolite Swords Dance Corphish. So 3 not fully evolved Pokemon in this mixed tier battle. It was a maximum of 1 OU, so as you can see, my opponent is bringing the Volcarona, and everything else is actually just about everything except for that Aggron, and the Volcarona were NU. So Volcarona is the OU Pokemon, or BL, whatever you want to call it. I don't know where it actually is right now because I don't play OU anymore. And Salamence, I believe, is BL still. I mean, that'll change with Megaments and all that stuff, but you get my point. I blabbered about that way too long. So he's going to lead off with Aggron. I'm guessing this is going to be Mega. I very rarely see anybody using regular Aggron anymore. I like the Rock Polish set with Head Smash, and it's just a lot of fun. But anyway, we've got Darmani, the Choice Scarf, Darmanitan out here, and yeah, this is not going to be a good matchup, so to speak. So he's going to switch out into the Weezing, and I'm U-turning out because, I mean, I could have Flare Blitz because I think Flare Blitz might actually be a 2-hit KO on this Weezing. But I wanted to see how he was going to play it, and it appears as though the Weezing is the go-to physical wall, which is to be expected, but, you know. So we're going to go out into Electabuzz here, because 2 T-Bolts will definitely take this thing out, and I'm not really afraid. And we can Volt Switch, too. We can play some Volt turning shenanigans. Let me take a look at my team here. We could try to switch, let's see, we could Volt Switch into Barbara, but Weezing, they usually carry Fire Blast or Flamethrower or something of that nature. I mean, I can definitely take it, because Ferroseed is incredibly bulky with that Eviolite, but I think I can only take 1. It is 4 times super effective. You don't want to just switch things into super effective moves like that. He actually is going to withdraw, and he's going to go into the Zebstrika, which is to be expected, but he's actually not Lightning Rod. Now that's interesting. So he must be Sap Sipper, because I think his only other possible ability is Motor Drive. And he doesn't have either of those. So he's Sap Sipper, so that means we need to watch out spamming Leech Seeds with Barbara over there. And that T-Bolt did a lot. I might actually be able to just KO this thing with a Focus Blast, but I really just don't want to rely on Focus Blast, because with my luck, it will miss several times in a row. He's probably going to go for Overheat here, so I'll just go into Umbreon to take that. Yep, there is the Overheat. He's going to lose his special attack. You know, it'll be -2 unless he has a White Herb, which we will see right here. There's a special attack drop. No, he is Life Orb, so that actually works out in our favor, because, I mean, Zebstrika already is very, very frail. And the Life Orb just makes it that much easier to KO. I might just be able to go for a Foul Play here and take it out. But I really feel like he's just going to switch here. Because, I mean, that's typically what people like to do. You know, if you go for an overheat and lose your special attack, or Draco and lose your special attack, you would, or Leaf Storm, you switch out so that you can come back in. But looking at my team, really the only thing that this Zebstrika would be good for is overheating Barbara, and I don't see much else. I mean, maybe I would say Corphish, but Corphish can Aqua Jet and kill this Zebstrika, I think, at the range that it's at right now, or it'd be close. But anyway, I'm going to go into Barbara here, predicting a switch. No, he goes for the Wild Charge, his mixed Life Orb Zebstrika. Now that is freaking cool. But he's going to take Iron Barb's damage, because that is a physical contact move, plus the Life Orb recoil, plus the recoil from Wild Charge, because it is a recoil move, like Flare Blitz and such. So, yeah, that was a ridiculous amount of recoil. We didn't really take that much damage at all. We cannot go for Leech Seed here. So, I was expecting a switch. So, even though that was great, we got all that recoil, he could just go for Overheat again. And I'm not sure if he's going to want to do that. I'll go for Spikes and see if he wants to switch now. No, he goes for the Overheat even at -2. He's still going to try to do some damage here. And that'll bring us down to about, I don't know, 30-ish%. He's going to be down to -4 and in the red zone as far as his HP is concerned as we get up a layer of spikes. He does not have any spinners or defoggers, which I find very interesting because he has Volcarona on the team. It's not typical to carry something that's quad weak. Why could I not say that back to back? I don't know. It's not typical to have Volcarona on a team, or Charizard, you know, Pokemon that are quad weak to rocks, and not have a spinner or defogger. But I did notice that at Team Preview, so, I mean, I don't have Stealth Rock, unfortunately. I just have Spikes, but it means that I can set up my hazards. So we're going to switch in Umbreon here, and he's got his Volcarona out. Now, this is probably not the best matchup. I really don't have anything to switch in on this. Volcarona destroys Ferroseed. Electabuzz does not have Eviolite. Little Claudino, the Corphish over there, he's got Eviolite, but he still will not take special attacks very well. I kind of want to see what kind of set this is. I know most of them are Quiver Dance, but not all of them. So let's go for the Foul Play and see what he's going to go for. He's just going to go for the Quiver Dance. Okay, so we need to switch. We cannot leave Umbreon out. A Bug Buzz at +1 will probably just KO, honestly. And that did no damage. Wow, I thought that would do more. Maybe he has his attack IV zeroed out or something. I don't really know. It doesn't matter. We might be able to take a Bug Buzz and get off a Wish, but what is that really going to accomplish other than trying to pass it into something? But who am I going to pass it into? Barbara can't take a hit from this. Well, I guess we could switch in Nadia. Nadia actually resists stab. And we're max HP. So we could probably take a Bug Buzz, or... because that's probably what you're going to go for, right? You're going to go for a Bug Buzz. It's super effective. Yeah, let's do that. We're going to switch in Nadia here. We should be able to take 2, unless we get a special D-drop from the Bug Buzz, and then Dragon Tail him out. Rack up some hazard damage, and all of that good stuff. And then we can roost off the damage depending on what he goes into. He is going to go for the Bug Buzz here. We'll see how much that does. Not enough. We get our lefties, no special D-drop, so this puts us in a fantastic position. Unless he's carrying the HP Rock, which I don't know how common that is anymore. I would think Giga Drain would be the other move you would carry. I guess it's just a matter of preference and what you want to hit. Actually, he could carry Roost as well, and just not another coverage move, just Stab. He is going to switch out here. And we're going to see Soko, the Aggron, come out. He still hasn't had a chance to Mega Evolve, which I'm pretty sure he's Mega. Pretty sure. But we're going to get a Dragon Tail off. That's not going to do much, obviously, because Aggron has ridiculously high defense, and he resists the hit, and we're uninvested. And Kisho, I don't even want to try to pronounce that because I'm going to butcher it. Probably just butchered it. Anyway, Primeape is out here, and these are usually choiced in some manner. Either Choice Band, Choice Scarf. Those are the things that people like to slap on Now, Primeape does get Ice Punch. And he gets Stone Edge. And it's pretty typical for Primeapes to carry one or both as coverage moves. And then usually Poison Jab is kind of mandatory on there for Fairy types. And he probably doesn't have both. He probably has one, and then his fourth move is U-Turn. That seems like the right thing. So I will go for a Wish here just to scout and see what he's going to do. He is going to go for the Poison Jab. So I'm not sure if he was predicting a switch. Huh, maybe he doesn't have either. He's got Poison Jab. He's got to have Close Combat, U-Turn. There's got to be another move, though. And I figured that would be a move that would be super effective on flying types, because that's usually something that a fighting type would carry. Alright, but unfortunately he gets the poison on the Poison Jab. I know I missed that. I was deep in thought there. Just kidding, I'm never deep in thought. I don't ever think about anything. That should be obvious by some of the things that I say. So we're going to switch in Barbara here as he goes for the Poison Jab. That obviously doesn't affect her, and we are going to get her back up to full health. So that is fantastic. Eventually, if we can get Umbreon back in here, we can Heal Bell away the poison on Nadia, and then possibly attempt to Roost up and get her looking healthy again, because she's kind of had a hard time. I'll go for Elite Seed here. I don't think that the Zebstrika is going to be coming out. I really don't. Soko, what is that? That is the Aggron. Okay, I would love to get Elite Seed set up on this. It does not have any recovery unless it's a Rest Talking set. I don't know exactly how common that is. I would hope that that is not what my opponent is bringing today, obviously. But getting Elite Seed set up on this is great to wear it down, because once it Mega Evolves, it has Filter, so, you know, super effective moves don't do as much. It's just really hard to wear down. But I'm not afraid of this thing. EQ's not really going to do that much. Heavy Slam, Iron Head, these are not things I'm scared of. Now, unless you're carrying Fire Punch, which would be a different story. No, he's packing the Power Up Punch. That is super effective, but as you can see, that really doesn't do that much at all. He's going to get to +1, but he's going to take Iron Barb's damage, and we're going to get all that HP back, or just about all of it, due to the Elite Seed recovery, and we're able to get up another layer of spikes, which is always good. And this Aggron really can't take that many more hits, and at this point, if we can get one more turn of Elite Seed, and eventually just Dragon Tail it out, would be in great shape. He's going to set up the Stealth Rocks. I was kind of thinking with Power Up Punch he wouldn't have the Stealth Rocks. And he has to have a stab of some kind. And not that he would go for it on a Pharaoh Seed. I'm not really sure what's going on, but the Stealth Rocks, it's not really that good, because Nadia the Salamence, she's poisoned. And she's going to take 25% due to the rocks coming in. She does have the Defog. And the only reason I would really want it, looking at my team, the only reason that I would really want to defog and get rid of those rocks is just because of Darmanitan. So if Nadia goes down, we might as well just bring in Darmani and start flare blitzing things until he goes down, because U-turning in and out is not really going to work. Now he's going to, let's see, he's going to go out into Wheezing yet again, as we are going to switch out Barbara. She's been putting in a lot of work in this episode. Why do I keep calling this an episode? It's a battle. I was just recording Storm Silver, so yeah. Yeah, I'm stuck on that. Alright, so we got Umbreon out here safely against Wheezing. I don't know, it's not really a good matchup. I can't really touch this thing. I can't inflict any status unless he wants to try to Willow me, which I don't think he'll do, but I am going to Heal Bell here. So we want to get rid of that poison on Salamence, so we can potentially come in, or set up a situation where it would be more likely for us to be able to come in and defog away those Stealth Rocks. Now, I don't know if that's going to happen, but yeah, at least we're in a position to. Thankfully, he did not get the poison on that Sludge Bomb, or I would have been a little bit upset, especially after that Poison Jab poisoning. That was a bit unfortunate. Sludge Bomb did absolutely nothing, though. That did no damage whatsoever. Now, the question is, what do I want to switch in? Or do I want to try to set up a Wish first and risk getting poisoned? I guess that's what I'm doing. Alright, so we'll set up a Wish here, and then we have the opportunity to possibly pass it. So I have 2 Wish Passers on this team. That's kind of interesting. That's not something that I would normally have, but it kind of just worked out that way. I wasn't really trying for that to happen. I just threw these Pokemon together, and that's just what happened. So he went for the Fire Blast, predicting the Ferroseed to come out, I guess trying to get a safe switch in, you know, predicting a Sludge Bomb and all that jazz, and then they can set up more Leech Seeds and all that fun stuff, but that's not what happened. So I think that, who do we want to pass this into? Is it worth trying to pass it into Salamence at this point, or should I, you know what, I'm just going to go into Electabuzz, because his whole team is threatened by it. He's got the Zebstrika, which resists it. He doesn't even have the Lightning Rod, and he's going to take more damage due to all the spikes we have set up. And in fact, I think when he comes back in, he just is KO'd from the range that he was at. And is that a critical hit? It is a critical hit! I was like, that did way too much damage. I know we don't have Eviolite, but still an unstabbed Fire Blast from a Weezing that's defensive should never do that much. But we get our wish, so we're back up to full health, and now we can start firing off some powerful electric type attacks. I love Electabuzz. I like Specs, I like Scarf, Eviolite, Life Orb. I really like it. It's been possibly one of the most used Pokemon on this channel this generation. I used it seemingly like every other episode. I keep calling them episodes. Every other battle or whatever early on. For those of you that have been around a long time, you have seen this Electabuzz so many times. Alright, so the Mega Aggron is going to come out here as a sacrificial lamb, so to speak. He's just sacking it off due to the spikes. We're going to T-Bolt, and yeah. And he knows that I'm not Choice, so he was not scouting to see what I'm going to lock myself into, because I'm pretty sure he's seen the Life Orb. Yeah, he definitely did, because he switched in the Zebstrika on a T-Bolt earlier. Alright, so the Primeape is coming out here. And Electabuzz naturally outspeeds Primeape. Electabuzz has 105 base speed, Primeape has base 95, but the way he's bringing it out here leads me to believe that he is Scarf, or he's just, either that or he's bluffing the Scarf. Either way, I am going to switch in Nadia here, and we'll get an Intimidate off, and it'll be hopefully a good time. We'll see. We're probably not going to survive a hit after that, actually. But there's the Intimidates. We'll get him down to -1. Oh, never mind. He's Defiant. Now that is interesting. Defiant Primeape. That is something you don't see. Normally they're Vital Spirit, I believe. I think that's the ability that they usually carry. I think that's what mine is, just so that it avoids sleep. But he went for the close combat. That takes out Nadia because you got a +2 boost. So he's effectively at +1 at this point, because the Intimidate brought him down to -1 and then +2. Yes, basic math. Congratulations for being able to do that. Talking to myself, of course. I know you guys can do math. I can't. I'm terrible at math. While the thing is, I'm good at math. I always did well in math in school, but I just cannot do it while I'm trying to focus on a battle and attempting to make at least a little bit of coherent sense with, you know, my commentary. So yeah. All right, so we need to think of something to do here. He did have his defenses dropped, so I'm kind of tempted to just go straight into Corphish here and Aqua Jet him, because that might kill. I don't know. I feel like it would be close. I'm pretty sure a close combat will just kill. And I guess it depends. I mean, I'm Adamant Scarf. So you know what? We're going to take a little bit of a chance here. If he's Jolly Scarf, because we have the same base speed. Let's see. If he is Adamant Scarf, then it's a speed tie. If he's Jolly Scarf, he's going to outspeed and kill us here. Nope. I think we just want a speed tie. The only possible way that was not the case is if he did not have perfect IVs, or he was not fully invested in his speed, and I find either one of those hard to believe, or he is Choice Banded, because we really were not able to discern which he was. It didn't look like he was firing off Choice Banded damage earlier, but I don't know. Regardless, something happened there. Darmanitan picked up a kill, Primeape is gone, and now we can start wreaking some havoc. This Weezing's going to come in here. I don't think Sludge Bomb is a one-shot. I'm not sure. But we can just Flare Blitz, because it's a solid 2-hit KO on defensive Weezing. And I know that from prior experience. Adamant Scarf Darmanitan is just too powerful. Look at how much damage that does. That's insanity right there. He opts to go for the Fire Blast, actually predicting the Ferroseed again. And I think that was, I'm pretty sure that was a bit of an over-prediction. The Sludge Bomb definitely would have killed, seeing how much damage Fire Blast did. I don't know what I was talking about. But now we can Flare Blitz again. And the question becomes now, do you want to give up your Weezing, or do you want to save it and sacrifice something else? He is going to save it. He's going to switch out, and he's going to bring in the Zebstrika, which will go down to the spikes. So he's trying to get a safe switch into something. I'm just not sure exactly what that would be, because we don't take any recoil if we're not killing something or not dealing a lot of damage to something. Now, we only have one Flare Blitz left in us here. Maybe Malamar, because it's at full health. Pretty sure it's just a one-shot, though, depending on what his spread is. We'll see here in a second. I'm kind of interested what he was hoping will take a hit. And he's got the Malamar out here. Now, the standard set is, of course, the superpower set with Contrary. They usually run specially defensive, or something along those lines. And I don't think that will survive a Flare Blitz from that range. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. That is a one-shot. We may have been helped a little bit there from the spikes, depending on, you know, if he did in fact have a lot of HP investment. That's just what the standard set is. That doesn't mean that's what my opponent had, of course, because I run wacky stuff all the time. I know a lot of you guys do too. Anyway, Darmanitan goes down, but not before dealing just a ridiculous amount of damage to my opponent's team, and severely weakening that Weezing as well, to the point where Electabuzz should be able to finish it off with any, really any attack other than Focus Blast. The question is, what do we go into here? I kind of want to just get Claudino some screen time. He hasn't been able to do anything. I needed that Weezing to be gone because, you know, Will-O-Wisp is a thing. I mean, I have Heal Bell, so I guess it's not that big of a deal, but we're going to go for it. He's going to send out his Hotaru, which is the Volcarona. I forgot this thing was still around. Now, I don't know if an Aqua Jet would kill. Again, I don't know what its spread is. It's tempting to try. It really is. He might just try to go for a Quiver Dance here, though. And if he does do that and we get a Swords Dance off, Aqua Jet will definitely kill. I'm going to go for the Swords Dance here. Oh, he opts to go for the Morning Sun. That is very interesting. Very interesting that he carries Morning Sun over Roost, because Morning Sun doesn't have the amount of PP that Roost does. I mean, that's really the only difference, other than, unless you plan on using it in the sun, of course, in which case you get a boosted amount of HP back. It's usually not worth the PP loss, though. Alright, so we got up to +2, and now we're going to finish you off with the Crab Hammer. You can Bug Buzz. I know from previous experience, we can take that, barely, down to 18 HP, and that is a dead Volcarona from just about full health. It was about 95% of its max HP after that Morning Sun recovery. Claudino putting in some work here, taking out a Volcarona. Now that, if that doesn't make you happy, I don't know what will. I feel like you're, I don't know. I don't know what it is. I can't even think of any words. But we're going to go for an Aqua Jet here because we really can't do anything. And that actually almost took out Weezing from that range. Claudino's a little powerhouse. Yes, he is. What? Did I really just say that? Just ignore the last, like 45 to 60 seconds of this commentary was ridiculous. Okay, so he goes for the Will-O-Wisp. Claudino goes down. I don't think it mattered what he went for there. I find it odd that he went for Will-O-Wisp. Maybe he was predicting a switch. I don't know. Doesn't matter. Either way, Corphish goes down, and Weezing is his final Pokemon, so we can just come in with an Electabuzz and go ahead and go for that T-Ball, which will finish off the Weezing, and that is going to be the match. So I believe that is 3-0 in our favor. I think Umbreon was still alive, and I think Barber was still alive too, unless I miscalculated and just don't know what I'm talking about. Now, it is a 3-0. The score, of course, never really matters. It just depends on how each individual battle goes. This was a close one and a fun one. I really enjoyed my opponent's team. He had a lot of NU Pokemon. Of course, I think I have 3 myself. But anyway, it was a fun match. You're going to see more of this team coming up. We have 2 more battles that I'm going to be doing So you'll probably, at that point, you'll probably just be tired of seeing Corphish's little face down there in the team section. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoy. If you did, please make sure you're leaving a like rating or a comment or whatever you would like to do. And I will see you all next time. But until then, game on.